Contained in this recording are the directions for case managers for extended school year services. All ESY teachers and behavior interventionists should have access to the students assigned to their ESY location in the Student Planning System, or SPS. If a teacher does not have the access required in SPS for the students at their ESY site, the administrator of the ESY site should contact Brenda Workmeister to arrange for access to be granted. Once you have successfully entered SPS, you should see the following two reports on your home screen. One of the reports, Summer School ESY Only, will show you all of the ESY students that have been enrolled in self-contained classes at your ESY site. The other report, Summer School All, IEP and 504, will show you all of the students who have been placed at your ESY site for the summer. Once you have clicked on the report from your home page for which you would like to access, you will be taken to the following screen. It is important that you choose your ESY site for the selected location and then change the Access Via to Summer School. If you do not change the Access Via from default to Summer School, you will not see all of the students who have been placed at the ESY site. After entering in the Summer ESY site correctly, you will then be taken to a screen that lists all the students that meet the criteria for which you selected for your ESY site. On the list, you will notice to the far left-hand side a file cabinet icon. When you click on the file cabinet icon for the student, you will then have access to all of their documents. If you click on the Documents tab for the student, you can then access the specific documents that you need. Most importantly, the IEP for the student for the summer. Responsibilities for case management during ESY include the following: generating an IEP acknowledgement form in TyNet, creating third-party billing forms, and completing a quarterly progress report at the conclusion of ESY. ESY case managers should review the ESY folder that will be placed on Schoology by the Office of Special Education staff. The folder on Schoology will contain directions for third-party billing for ESY, as well as contain the forms that will be used to return the materials for CALS and FALS students to their schools that they will be attending in the fall. The Schoology site will also have some of the files that used to be housed on the OSE ESY Wiki. Case managers must create an IEP acknowledgement form that will be used during ESY. The case manager needs to make sure that each person providing services or supports to the student during ESY has signed the IEP acknowledgement form. The case manager also needs to ensure that anyone signing the IEP acknowledgement form clearly understands the services and supports that they are to be providing to the student during ESY. In order to complete third-party billing for ESY, it will be necessary to initially generate a third-party billing parent form in SPS. However, it is imperative that you do not create this form in SPS until after the student has shown up at your ESY site for at least one day. When you generate the form in SPS, make sure you list the school name and number for the ESY site for the summer. Once the parent form has been generated, it needs to be sent home for the parent to sign. After the parent has signed and returned the registration form to you, you need to forward this to the Office of Third-Party Billing on the Greenwood campus. Staff should then document all related and case management services in the service capture model in SPS. If you have any additional questions about third-party billing, you should contact the Office of Third-Party Billing directly. At the conclusion of ESY, you must create a quarterly progress report for each student that you have worked with during the summer. You will only complete the progress notes for goals that were checked off yes for ESY. The progress for ESY should be entered into the progress report number 5 for the goal. You will not use a drop-down menu for ESY progress notes. However, you should enter comments in the description of progress box that would explain how the student performed on the goals that were identified. If a student does not attend any days of ESY, you should record this on the quarterly progress report. This written documentation will then justify that the IEP team qualified the student for ESY, but the parent chose not to send the student. For each quarterly progress report that you do, 2 copies should be made. On the last day, 1 copy should be sent home to the parent with the student, and the second copy should be forwarded to the student's school for the fall. If you were teaching CALS or FAL students during the summer, and you had materials sent to you at the beginning of ESY for these specific students, you should visit the Schoology site and the ESY files to download the document that can be used to ship student-specific materials to the school that these students will be attending in the fall. We also ask that all ESY staff members return classrooms to the original condition they found them in at the beginning of the summer. At the conclusion of ESY, it would be necessary to send several documents to the school in which the student will be attending in the fall. These documents include a paper copy of the quarterly progress report, the signed acknowledgement form that was created at the beginning of ESY, as well as the signed third-party billing permission form that was used for the summer.